Hello gamers, welcome to a brand new DSP video. Let's get going. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I don't know what order to go in to be a good burn for this, but we'll just start with this and then go from there because there's something very specific about this hangout stream that he did that made me want to do this video. This was during when the Fightcade was not working, or that no, it's not that it wasn't working. He just didn't want to lose his IP, which we covered and all that stuff. But I want to go over this whole like detractor back and forth he had because it's gonna go somewhere.
At all. That doesn't mean. Oh, wait, okay, wait a minute. A notification just came through. Let me check this one.
Okay, he's checking it out.
No, it says, why do you think it's hard for trolls or those on the outside to believe you have a dedicated fan base when the success of your channel should say all there is to know? Because they basically have manufactured a narrative to try to justify their actions. So their narrative is this crazy. Just think about this.
Think about this.
How nuts this is. And by the way, the blimp, I still...
Okay, I don't care about the blimp.
Trolls / detractors / whatever you want to call them. They literally say the following. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Phil
I'm ready.
Phil
Phil
only has like 2 or 3 people who support it. That's it. There's like 2 or 3 people who like his content, and they come back and they just keep.
No, what people were saying is that there's like a small number of people who support him with certain amount of like tips. They get him to where he needs to go to get close to the first goal, whatever. It's not that he has like one supporter. It's just that he has very like a small number of them that will give him a lot of money to get him to a goal or whatever. It's kind of, and honestly, at the end of the day, it's a moot point to argue this regardless. No matter what aisle you're in, DSP land or detractor land, this is still a nonsense argument because no one knows who's tipping Phil except for Phil. But even then, I'd argue, if he's just looking, for example, if he's just looking at email addresses, anyone could make an email address. Anyone can make one up. The only thing that would show up would probably be like their mailing address, I guess. If that's the case, I don't know. But let's just go with emails. That's what DSP wants to tell us, and we'll go with that. If, let's say, like, anyone can make numerous emails with different email accounts, like, it's not really evidence of anything. I mean, sure, you could argue, well, how many people are going to make 10,000 emails for this guy? I mean, the same kind of people who would gift 1,000 members without the Argentina buff. You know what I mean?
Keep supporting him by doing everything. Now, they do it under a variety and vast network of different names and identities, but they're all exactly the same person, right? So, Only Ice Coffee and
I also think this is a really weird thing for a streamer to do, to just argue who's giving them money. Like, it's just really weird. Like why are we like, you know, there is a point where if you're looking from the outside in and you're seeing all these detractors talk about who's giving Phil money, sure, you could say this is kind of weird. Why do we care who's giving Phil money? Whatever. Like, there's some like tip theories that are kind of like, I don't know about this. Like for a while, when people were theorizing that every time he'd go to the bathroom he'd email his whales or whatever, and it's like, sure, that is kind of like weird, and it is very coincidental that he would just get a big tip right after that. Sure, whatever. But even then, I was like, I don't know about this one, but whatever. I didn't care one way or the other. And I think that's kind of what people, like, took this as. Like, yeah, I mean, that could happen. And they moved on. The only person, like, aside from people who were making these theories, and again, there's nothing wrong with making theories. I mean, anyone can theorize about anything, whatever. But it's weirder that DSP is, like, putting a spotlight on it. You know? Like, you're not really making it, like, you're making it less fringe. That's the thing. Like, the more he talks about it, the more he, like, discusses it, like you just kind of start to wonder a little bit more. Because the other thing that's kind of weird about this, he brings up Planet Jeff a lot, and no one really hardlined connected Planet Jeff with One Minute Man like ever. Like maybe a few people thought that, or just people just thought about it, whatever. But it was never really like I've never heard Planet Jeff's name from a detractor's mouth in like years. The last time I heard about Planet Jeff was literally the Jasper stream. And then suddenly, I go to this stream, and he starts throwing around Planet Jeff, which makes me wonder, maybe he was One Minute Man the whole time, and it's just a weird thing. Now, of course, on the other hand, I think Agent Proper put in a video talking about Planet Jeff as well, so that was also like our a fresh video in the detractor sphere. So this also, if this doesn't expose Planet Jeff for being One Minute Man, it also does definitely expose DSP having some kind of knowledge or pulse on what detractors are uploading to YouTube, which is kind of like, okay, whatever. But let's continue.
Are responsible for 99% of the support I've received in the last 10 years. Or some insane thing. They actually say that, right? And listen, there are people who have come and gone, who have been very large contributors to my content and have spoken up and become notable in the community and stuff like that. So
correct.
It could be understandable when you had someone like Only Iced Coffee, who at one point was doing tips and gifted memberships and everything for a long time. Or Planet Jeff, who way back in the day was the person who gave me my biggest tips. It was actually Planet Jeff who came in here and gave me like a $2,000 tip one day. Okay? So when you have those kind of people who come by and they do those contributions, people, oh, I remember that, I remember that. But in reality, the truth is, and this is just like anything in life, all right? Not everyone stays a fan of stuff forever. And not everyone sticks around and supports forever. There's people who go through different phases of their life, different parts of their times of their life. I've had people who started off as supporters, stopped watching my content for the longest time, came back 10 years later, said, oh, I'm watching you again, and supported again. Vice versa. I've had people who like never could support back in the day, and now they come back 10 years later. They're like, so just so you know, I used to watch it, in 2011. I loved your stuff.
But he takes this all at face value. Like, how do you know these people are being genuine?
It's awesome to see you continue on in 2024. Good on you. Here's some support, right?
Here's some support.
So that's the
Have
thing.
Some support.
Like, these people
take it.
I say it like this: in life, it's a revolving door.
You're
not going to be popular all the time.
There's a revolving door
from different times that are going to be coming in and out of your.
It's a revolving door of whales. That's what it is. In reality, this fan, like, sure, people can like fall out of being a fan of stuff, and that's like it is what it is.
As supporters, as fans, as viewers, as
people, again, this is just a weird thing for a streamer to talk about. Like, come on,
we talk to every day on the streams, and that's fine. That's to be expected. When
why are we listening to this? Like, we care. Like, is it fine? I mean, you're the one running the stream. Shouldn't you feel fine with it? If you feel fine with it, then fine. Go be you, man.
I was younger. I was the biggest fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Nostalgia Critic.
I fucking hate this.
I was a huge fan of AVGN and Nostalgia Critic.
But like, it's just not real fandom, I guess. Whatever, because he stopped watching them because he was busy making videos, so he was forced to not watch them anymore. But he watches YouTube videos now. Honestly, what is he a fan of now? What does he like? Other than games, like, what YouTuber does he enjoy watching? Who cares?
Then when I became a YouTuber, I stopped watching all of their stuff entirely. Every once in a while.
Yeah, see? He became a YouTuber, he stopped watching their stuff entirely. It's not that, I grew up and stopped liking them. He just was making YouTube videos and stopped watching them. But he's watching other YouTubers now. Why not watch their content now, then? But no, he can't, because you want to know why? Of memes. So many people online have been, Channel Awesome, you know what happened with them, obviously. So obviously you can't watch them anymore, because then he's gonna have to discuss why he likes it and how he has to look the other way from the Channel Awesome drama, whatever. So that can't happen. AVJD watched a video where a guy said, wow, this guy's videos is all scripted, which is like, wow, what a take. James Rolfe scripted his videos. I never would have guessed. I think I found a much more interesting video and or whatever, talking about how some of his scripts are plagiarized or whatever. But that's a different thing entirely. We don't have to go into that. But and still, regardless, people can still watch AVGN and have a good time with it. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Once in a while, go back and watch some more of their stuff, and I either like it or I really dislike it. It depends, you know. Things change in time. But that's just life, right?
That's just life. That's life.
The fact that there are people, all right, who essentially have been there for me during times when I really needed help, and they helped me, is amazing, right? It's so cool. But I don't have two people who support me. The whole reason that I have been able to be successful for 16 years is because of the reasons I've already described tonight.
Honestly, who's Anon? It's anonymous. Who is that? We don't know. Who's to say that's not Planet Jeff? Who's to say that's not Only Iced Coffee? Who's to say it's not Lisa Lou? Like, this reminds me of the whole thing when he was yelling at people saying that this guy is not Only Iced Coffee, and he mandated Only Iced Coffee to only tip in their name. Like, who says that to their audience? If you gotta tip me, tip with your username, no other name. No one. He's the only one that does that because they created a drama. And it got to the point where I said in a video long ago that at this point, who the fuck cares? At this point, it's funnier to assume Only Iced Coffee is giving DSP all this money because it makes them mad. Like, if he didn't give a fuck, people would just be like, okay, this is kind of stupid. Because it sounds stupid to say, well, I think it's funny when we assume everyone's Only Iced Coffee. But look how much he has to discuss who gives him money. It really makes it sound really sus. Every time. And he doesn't understand that this doesn't have good optics for giving him money through tips. And then he's like, where's the tips?
I got super chat, but where's the tips?
Nine. I'm a variety content creator. I'm always playing different things. So you have different people.
Where's super chats? I got tips.
So I like a fighting game. I like a shooter. I like an RPG. I like a, this or that. And they come by at different times and they all like it. And every once in a while, they toss a few bucks.
But he says this, but we can't play RPGs anymore. What about the people like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Oh, we can't play that. No one talks about it. It lost momentum, man. And I really can't believe this, man. I feel like at some point we need to have a rant. We need to have a DSP meltdown over Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because this dude made a tweet saying
that listen to trolls, I am gonna play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I didn't drop it, I'm gonna play it.
Whatever, he said some dumb shit like that. Where is it? Why hasn't he played it? Why he hasn't even talked about it? And every time he does talk about it, it's saying, no one cares. Oh, the demand of it went away and all this other stuff. But you want to know why it went away? Because he tells people to stop asking for it. And then they stop asking for it. Why aren't people asking for it? So at some point, we need a DSP rant about Final Fantasy VII because it's so stupid. This fucking guy cannot just say, I'm not playing it, I'm not gonna do it, blah blah blah. No, instead he has to like do this. I'll play it, maybe, and then just hope that you memory hole it and never think about it. This dude just hopes you forget stuff so he doesn't have to answer to it. He can't say, I can't do the DSP because it's canceled. He can't cancel stuff hardline like that unless it's something that directly hurts him, like Fightcade. But this guy just does this dumb shit all the time.
Bucks here, they support here, right? And that's great. That formula works. That allows me to appeal to a wider audience than most other creators who are only hyper-focused on one thing. You understand?
But what's he playing? Fallout 4, crab game, which is just Elder Scrolls with crabs. That sounds different, but whatever. Street Fighter. And so he's playing Little Kitty Big City, which is just a meme game. You know, the games that he shits on other streamers for.
Oh, these other streamers make up these meme games?
Like, I don't think we're gonna watch this part, but there's a part where he says, apparently Dave the Diver is a meme game. He's playing Little Kitty Big City. Honestly, this dude cannot fucking sit there and have a high horse anymore. This dude is on the ground in the mud with everyone else. It's really like someone eating trash next to someone else, but like, I'm more civilized because I have a fork. Dude, you're eating out of a dumpster.
So that's the cool part about it. It's always been this big group effort. I mean, I remember when I started out Patreon years ago, I was like, listen, $1 a month from a bunch of people is more effective than $100 a month from a couple people.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's really funny about his Patreon bullshit? He's like, well, if you do this goal, I don't have to worry about money at all, or whatever the fuck. You would hit these goals during the gameplay of those goals. Oh, I have to worry about the game. I'm not making enough money. Oh god, this playthrough's not doing so well. All this other bullshit. Like it's all just buzzwords. Because other people said, well, if you support me on Patreon, I don't have to worry about this, or whatever. Since he saw other people say that, he said the same wording without understanding the meaning of it. He hits the goal for all these marathons, but I get it. Because he brings up low support in other streams that are not patron funded. That doesn't cover it, even though, like, it's all, like, frustrating. This dude is frustrating.
Really?
Really?
It would add up better and bigger in that way. So, why do these people not believe?
By the way, I have his stream chat, and I'm just, like, reading weird stuff. Like, one dude said Comcast is based now? I mean, he can't change providers, stupid. I mean, I can't change providers either, man. But anyways... but someone said, like, where are the mods anyway? That's kind of scary. Does that mean that we're gonna get a rant? I hope not, but there's tech talk, so I don't give a fuck.
That I have people who actually like my content, because that breaks their narrative. Their narrative is, actually, I'm some kind of a scam artist jerk who doesn't make anything meaningful to anyone. I'm somehow using these...
Oh my god, this is dumb. Let's rewind this.
Their narrative is, actually... I'm some kind of a scam artist jerk who does
scam artist jerk. Where's Project 7? Where is Final Fantasy 7? Like, he doesn't understand. He has all this opportunistic behavior from him. He hypes up all these other streams. Where are they? Where's Beyond Two Souls? May's almost over. It's May 10th right now. No word on Beyond Two Souls. Beyond Two Souls. All because I know what the kicker of Beyond Two Souls is. The only reason why they're playing is because Kat has not played that game and she wants to play it, but she's too late. They're too lazy to just take her PS4 and just connect it to the TV downstairs for her. That apparently is the hardest task for them. They cannot figure out how to change an HDMI port. These two are like fucking clowns. They're so lazy. So lazy.
Who doesn't make anything meaningful to anyone. I'm somehow using these ridiculous
and the thing is, that TV, I guarantee there's no way there's only one HDMI port. There has to be at least two. He's gonna sit there and say, well, because all they would have to do, like, oh my god, I'm getting mad thinking about this for no reason. They could have brought the PS4 down that she has, connected to port 2. All she would do is just change the input. What else is plugged into the TV? Didn't they cancel cable? So they're not paying, they don't need to plug in the cable box. And again, they could just unplug the cable box. What is this? They can't just have two, like, dude, you could have more than one game console connected to a TV. But no, here's the thing. The Xbox Series S is newer than the PS4. Why play on something old when you can play on something new? These two are fucking clowns. Oh my god, I swear, these are like the people that these corporate people try to market for. And they're not worthy customers. They're not worthwhile customers. But that's who they please to because they always do this shit. These people are fucking lame. You know what? It was a mistake. I didn't smoke. This is sober Theo. Maybe if I smoked, I would be a little bit more level-headed. But fuck it, we're going in on this dumbass video.
Abilities, these mind-controlling abilities to come through the internet and grasp onto people and grab their wallets and rip their.
No one is saying this unless he's literally saying pig noses is some serious thing we're saying unironically. Dude, come on. Oh my god, this is quite the frame. This is little rat teeth.
Their wallets out of their pockets and toss their money my way. I want you to think of how ludicrous that sounds. All I'm doing is sitting around doing a podcast, playing a game, hanging out with you.
But
guys,
it's what you're talking about. This dude just sits there and is like, oh, I have bills to pay, man. All this other shit. Whatever. Okay.
Tonight. That's all I'm doing. Tonight, did I ask for anything? Look at the support.
Look at this. 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 Did I ask for anything? Look at the support. So many fucking streams of his. Like, dude. We could just go. Let's see. I think Hate Army would have it. Let's see. So he's done with chargebacks. Okay, I mean that's not leveraging something to, to get people to support him. Whatever. Let's see. What is this?
The Hate Army troll.
It's the Hate Army,
bro.
Hate Army.
Shout
that
out
guy.
to Hate.
How do I feel about big tippers getting upset not being able to control me or the topics I talk about? Listen.
Oh, okay. It's about that. Okay. Oh my god. This. Oh my god. Maybe you have to go to Snort. He might have what I'm looking for.
Well, let me tell you.
Tonight, if you are enjoying our nice stream of Elden Ring, super chats, super stickers on the stream would help. A membership or a gifted based. And I appreciate all of you. Anyone who contributes, I will give you a shout out and get you up on the leaderboard. Okay? In advance, I'll be right back.
Okay, never mind. Oh my god, I didn't plan this far ahead. These two coping or anything about detractors. I mean, you could just I guess you could search, but you guys know. Wait. This is a good. Okay, this is a good.
Well, let me.
Well, again, I have to pee again, so I'm gonna do that very fast. Literally have no revenue on this stream. We have one membership and $10 of tips that came from the podcast. So basically, this stream has garnered me one membership today. It would be great if you could support inside.
If you could support. So why are you asking for support? I thought you don't need to ask for support. Huh?
I didn't say a word. We're just chilling. I was
Look, he didn't ask for support. He gets $143. He asked for support. He may have to wage quit DSD Reacts. Maybe. Okay.
explaining why I can't play Fightcade. That's all. That's it. And look, people like me. People like my content. They want more of it. So they support it. People realize that the
So why didn't they support DSD Reacts? He also we also have this video on deck. Has Fallout Hype died? And get a load of this.
which I feel is an interesting way to play the game. Very different from my first run. And basically, here's the thing. When I started playing Fallout 4 a week and a half ago, everyone was hyped for Fallout because the TV show had just been on and everyone is in Fallout Mania hype mode, right? But what I'm finding, sadly, is in today's gaming world, There is
gaming
no
world.
more attention span longer than 2 weeks.
And
There's just not.
And then he does the DSP classic. Everyone has short attention spans. This dude is such a piece of shit. He shits on everyone for having short attention spans. Like, it's so condescending. And yet again, this guy, I'll keep bringing this up. He got so mad about that one old lady in the hospital that was condescending to him or patronizing or whatever the fuck. And he says this shit. Oh, people just don't have attention spans, man, because they don't want to watch Fallout 4. Uh-huh.
And it doesn't even matter what kind of game you're playing or what you're doing. Everyone is constantly moving from one trend to another, from one hype thing
And
to
again,
another.
this is a variety streamer saying this. He bragged in the same video. Oh, I'm not doing just one thing. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing all this kind of stuff. Yet this guy is like, I've noticed that people just move on to other stuff. Dude, what if, like, crazy suggestion, what if him just doing different games is creating people to be more impatient or more giving them more short attention spans? You know, like, they're sitting there watching one stream, and then he's like, oh, tonight's gonna do this? Okay, so clearly he can change whatever he wants. If he doesn't want people to have, like, short attention spans, why doesn't he just stick to one game then? I don't know. Why complain about this? This dude literally changes games day to day, and he's like, well, people don't have short attention spans.
Because sadly, most streamers have become that. Instead of focusing on one game or genre or interesting thing.
And look at this. Dude, this dude is a massive clown. I can't believe this. I can't believe what this dude is peddling. To hear these two things back to back like Drake, it's crazy. Wait. Let's not bring that up again. I know what's going on. Anyways, this fucker is sitting there saying how oh, all these other people are doing one type of game and that's making them burn out and all this other shit. Oh, they're doing one kind of game, blah blah blah. And now he's saying no one's sticking to one kind of game, and they're all doing variety. I thought that's what they should be doing, DSP. Didn't you say if they do one thing way too much, it's like this? But here's the kicker. If you bring that up,
Moderation, man. I'm not saying that they have to, like,
hyper focus on the game, but they don't have to keep changing game to game every second. But dude, it's like, who cares? It's their stream, and this dude is saying that it's wrong. Honestly, it kind of comes off that he wants to be the one that's different, and everyone should be the same, so that way he can flex on them. But the moment that they do what they want, what he's like saying that's the right way to do content creation, oh, that's fucked up, man.
They jump from popular thing to popular thing to popular thing to get clickbait views and attention temporarily, and then they just drop it after a week or so and move on to the next thing.
Like Dragon's Dogma 2, right? Correct? You know what? That's exactly what it is. Dragon's Dogma 2. He played it on launch day. He dropped it. Went back to it. Dropped it again. But he's not like those other streamers that pick up games and drop them. It's not like he picked up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and dropped it for another game, and then it's saying he'll never go back to. I mean, he may go back to it someday, maybe, if the stars aligned.
Of people who don't want to stick around for long experiences anymore. They get bored and almost, I hate to say it, have a problem with keeping attention. You know, you're still playing this? Yeah.
Wait,
stick
what?
around for long experiences anymore. They get bored and almost, I hate to say it, have a problem with keeping attention. You know?
They have a problem keeping attention. Dude, you're playing Fallout fucking 4. A game people don't like. It's not... Like, dude, when they did the Fallout TV show, people were, like, dogging on people for playing 4. Pretty much. Like, oh, play New Vegas instead, or whatever. But this dude wanted to play 4. A game not a lot of people liked. And it's an old game. But the guy's like, well, I'm just capitalizing on Fallout Mania, man. Like, dude, I thought... didn't you want to play Fallout 4 on your own? Why is this dude like mad that there's no buzz or hype that he can exploit? This dude is like, I don't chase trends. He chased a trend. He chased one. That's why he played Fallout 4. And now he's saying, well, it's not trendy anymore. So that's what you wanted to be. You wanted the trend to carry you all the way through the playthrough? I thought you're not about trends. So why are you talking about this then? This dude will always tell you, oh, people like fizzle out of playthroughs and this and that. And look at him, he's complaining people are fizzling out anyway.
You know, you're still playing this? Yeah, I've only been playing it for a week. We're like 10 hours in. Oh, what? It's like, yeah. It's
yeah.
Good. What's wrong with that?
It's
good.
We're
not talking about Fallout anymore. Let's play the next one. Let's play something else. Just relax. I'm a variety streamer. We can play Fallout and other.
I'm a variety streamer, but I have to keep playing Fallout. He's playing the same games every day. Just it alternates. Wow, what variety.
Stuff.
And then Sunday's React Day. Dude, this dude works on a cafeteria menu basis.
What's the next thing? And that's how people are, you know? And I'm noticing this, you know, when we started playing Fallout, had lots of attendance and engagement and support. And now today's stream, all right, we still have over 400 viewers for Fallout, and I'm happy for that. But definitely you can tell when you're looking at the chat, and my moderators actually made this observation, not me. They were talking to me after today's stream. They were like,
of course.
Yeah,
the mods,
definitely
it's the
looks like
mods'
the Fallout
fault.
Mania has ended. Half the people in the chat are just there to hang out. They're not even talking about the game anymore. They're not paying attention to what you're doing in the game or on the stream. And support today.
Yeah, because you're boring. You're not engaging anything. Every time I go to watch his streams, it's either menus or just silence or him just walking around. Like, I don't even care to even think about it.
Was really slow. Like $20 in tips, I believe.
Okay, we're gonna go back to this in a bit. But like this dude, man, listen to this.
Is that the more that they support, the more consistent.
Remember, he didn't have to ask for support, and look at the support. The days he asks for it, $20 in support. Oh, I may have to drop DSP versus the internet if this keeps up, man. All this stuff. He does ask for support. That's what the shell segments are for. And then this dude is like, I don't have to ask for support. So then why do you ask for it? If you don't have to ask and you got $143, then with that dumb logic, then you don't have to ask for support then, correct?
Consistent the content can be, you know, no interruptions, no problems. I think I've shown over the last couple of years my willingness to improve, to spend some money to actually improve
the
setup.
willingness and to spend money. What did he spend his money on? What the fuck did he spend his money on? That's not video games. Just take that out of the equation. What did he spend his money on that bettered his business? New face cam? No, that was gifted to him. Maybe the ring light. Maybe the ring light. I think the ring light he bought. The LED lights were gifted. Okay. The mini PC? No, someone gifted that to him too. He couldn't bother spend $500 on that, but he could spend $500 on the fight stick that he didn't need. Okay. Green screen. No one uses green screen apparently. I mean, again, if he doesn't want to use it, that's fine. You don't need to use it, but he has such a dumb reaction to it. Green screen's outdated. No, it's not. There's a lot of good uses for it. If you don't want to use it, that's fine, but this dude acts as if, like, there needs to be some prophetic reason for it to exist. This dude has no, like, it infuriates me to no end that this dude says how he's creative and all this other stuff, but he has no real vision for the content he makes. How does he know the green screen won't be good for his content? Because what is his content? What does he want to have? Meaningful interaction? That's a very ambiguous thing that anyone can have. You don't need he doesn't even need a face cam to do that. He doesn't even need to play a game for that. He doesn't need to do a lot of anything for that. But he has no vision or any personality in what he's putting out at all. At all.
Set up or do things that are different. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gotten a new PC yet. That's probably the next major thing. But outside of that, you know, take a look. People like who I am and what I do. but their narrative is so hyper focused on making me look like a horrible villain. That's how they make.
Dude, then why why were you able to buy a mini PC on your own? Why don't you invest in a gaming PC? No, he can't, because he doesn't have the money. He has to spend money on bills. So then how was he able to afford a second fight stick he didn't need and buy the same games multiple times? How was he able to afford that then? He couldn't he couldn't hold off on that money to put into another fund for his PC? He couldn't do that? Each month take maybe like $100 away of that and put that into a little jar for the PC? Is he even doing that? I don't know. Probably not, because again, if you want to believe, like, the WWE Champions thing is going on, sure, but even if you take that out, we know he does DoorDash. He goes out on restaurant trips. He does all his needless errands on his day off. Like, he has all his other income. What about that? What about Cat's income? I mean, sure, Cat's income alone isn't enough to pay for the house, probably, but that money can go somewhere, correct? Does he have no interest in the house? Who knows?
Their videos. That's how they do their streams. If the story doesn't fit the narrative, all of a sudden they look like assholes, right? Wait a minute. So we're making fun of someone who legit has a fan base who likes him, who doesn't make toxic content that's harmful, and he gets support because people genuinely find entertainment.
He reacted to a Rick Yetta video. Now, of course, the Rick Yetta thing was submitted to him, so he can't just skip it, despite the fucking fact that this dude says, if I don't think your video is appropriate, I will omit it from the playlist. So, wouldn't drama videos be omissions? Like, wouldn't you be able to like remove them because that's against the rules of your own fucking stream? So why did you watch it then? Oh, because it's Rick Yetta and it's not about you. Oh, or it's not a massive victim segment that makes me feel bad because it's this Rick Yetta being drunk. I didn't watch the video. I don't know much like a lot about Rick Yetta other than he was a lawyer then, and now people are like dunking on him. I don't know more than that. So it is what it is.
Entertainment out of what he does, and that's why they want to continue, so they support him. No, their narrative is, oh, there's two guys out there who are rich and they're nutty and they just keep throwing money at Phil nonstop, and because of those two people, it's the only reason why Phil can ever be successful. First of all, I was successful before those two people even existed as part of my content.
Were you? Dude, I was watching ALT do a video where he was going through the Patreon legacy and all that. Dude, it is so funny to me that he has a weekend preview where he said, guys, if things don't change, you may not see me like at all anymore. Literally talking about leaving the internet because of the adpocalypse. And then he went back to Twitch, and this was also during the era where he said that going back to Twitch isn't the magic bullet, which it was the magic bullet, literally. This dude literally was going through hardships. He had a stream saying, save the house, and all this stuff. I don't want to sell the house, man. I don't want to sell it. I don't wanna. He gave us a tax figure of like 17,000. What happened to that? Remember the back taxes? That was a massive thing. And then he talked about going to jail at one point. Like he could get arrested. But he was successful. Okay.
Understand? I had a fan base. One of the reasons why I am still pertinent is because I've been around for 16 years.
The other thing that the ALT stream like highlights more vividly the exact point. All of the Patreon boosts he kept getting was right after a drama vlog. Like the moment he started talking about the bills and all this stuff, he had that. And there was one I really remember because it summarizes DSP to a fucking T. This dude was freaking out about paying his bills. I don't think I'll have enough money, guys. I need to pay you my bills, man. Things may not be able to get paid. It's gonna be all this fear mongering. He gets all these people to give him money on Patreon. The moment he did a weekend preview a month later, he says, "Oh guys, it was all good. I was overreacting." And I'm just sitting there like, you fucking fearmongered for this, got the money, and then you told them that, "Oh, I may have overreacted." Or some shit. It was like poetry. I was like, I can't believe this guy. But man. Oh my god, uh-oh. Is Max on? Oh god. He's doing a weird rant again. I'm scared. Literally, I'm looking at the stream chat. I'm seeing red faces and finger biting. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of what's gonna happen. Holy shit.
Years. True, if I just started 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't be pertinent anymore, but now I'm a meme. I'm literally known on the internet.
He got so mad at people saying he was a meme, by the way. But now he's a meme. It's all good.
The guy who doesn't give up and will be around forever. And
oh, that's the meme. Which even Mega64 says the same shit. And I think it's more true with them because they've been more successful than he has. Just pure comparison. They have a bigger studio. They're able to, I assume, pay their artists that make their merch, correct? And all this other stuff. What has he done? Nothing.
And outlives everything, right?
He outlives everything.
It may be inexplicable because I'm a small-time guy and no one
It's
really...
not inexplicable. You beg all day. And you stream every day. Of course, eventually someone's going to give you money. If I stream on Twitch every day, like, come on.
You know,
eventually they'll get a sub. Eventually, maybe
is in love with my stuff in the mainstream, but still people are like, damn, he perseveres. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So it's a fascinating thing. But again, the detractor rationale is to always belittle, downgrade.
This dude belittles and downgrades everyone else. Everyone else. He's in no position to sit there and say that we're the ones that do it. He does it all the time with everyone. He belittles other streamers, other stream chatters, even his own fucking fans. He belittles so much. Like, that's what makes this. That's why, in my opinion, he stopped doing suggestion box. Because it got to the point he kept belittling and throwing out all these suggestions that were actually good the whole time.
Straw man, right? The whole OIC and Planet Jeff straw man argument is ridiculous. Do you really think that two people are responsible for all of my income? No, that's an insane thought.
No one is saying that.
Nutty and crazy and stupid.
Whatever.
But that's what they propagate. And their community is so dumb and gullible. They believe it. They actually believe that. They believe that, no exaggeration, that all these people that have come and gone over the years, you know, 1 Minute Man, the person who gifted the ridiculous amount of tier 3 stubs over on Twitch when I was there, I can't remember who that was at this point. Remember that? There was the month where someone came by and gave like a ridiculous amount of tier 3 stubs over there, and it insanely boosted the channel over there.
Over there.
That Planet Jeff with the big tips that he's done, the Only Iced Coffee with his contributions, you know, that all these people are all exactly the same person. They actually believe that. They're that wildly stupid.
But you know what's funny? This dude brags saying, "No one knows who's tipping me. No one knows." I mean, come on.
Who's the other? Jinx, who last year came by for like a month and kept tipping nonstop, and then gone for a while, right? As we've seen him once in like the last 6 months, he should have stopped not one stream. But apparently that's the same person. No, these are not. They're not even close. These are people who genuinely like the stuff. They come by and they support when they can, and then they're off to their own lives again, right? And that's much, 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 much appreciated. It is, you know.
It is,
and
you know.
Again, in life, it's a revolving door. People will come in and out as they will, and there's no stopping that. There's no holding the door and forcing people to stick around to watch the content and support it. They leave when they want. They come by when they want, and that's fine. That's part of the nature,
of course,
of being an internet personality.
Dude, you know how dumb this statement is? Of course it's fine, dude. It's not a good optic to sit there and say, "I wish I could lock the door and make them watch my videos." Like, of course he's not gonna say that. Of course it's good for them to do whatever. No one's gonna sit there and say, "I wish I could control people, man." Even though he literally said in the fucking daily rap that he's upset that people don't have short attention spans. Oh my god, this is another good phase. This is like when your baby, like you're like trying to have your kid eat their broccoli, and they're like,
I don't want to eat broccoli. Ew. I want a burger.
literally complain about short attention spans. It's okay, man. People just come and go as they please. Man, I wonder why. I wonder why it's okay when you had 143 tips, huh? I wonder.
Personality or a content creator is that you're never going to be able to control who likes your stuff at one point, who dislikes it, who stays, who goes. It's just a natural part of the order of how it works. Okay.
The order.
But in reality, all right, it's a ton of people.
And again, if that's the case, then why does he later on slowly throw these people under the bus? 1 Minuteman left, and presumably that little segment that Hate Army clipped where he was saying, I'm glad no one gets to control me and what I want to say, man, or whatever the fuck. Like, isn't that kind of shitting on 1 Minuteman? Even though, like, you know, who's to say that's what he was talking about? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Ridiculous amount of people who contribute to my content on a daily basis. Not only, you only see this side of it. You're seeing the public stream side of it. There's a whole back end side of it. There's people who pledge to a Patreon. There's people who are watching my videos, doing super thanks on the videos, who are members every month at different various levels. There's people who are supporting my React content, people who are supporting my throwback content. There's all these different people. Do you all think that they're two people? Are you fucking stupid? But again, that's the narrative, because that makes that basically.
And the thing is, there's well, I'll get to it a little bit later, but there's been videos of him sitting there saying, "Let's not have this be a Jax night, guys."
Deflates the narrative.
To actually be the only one supporting me.
I'm meaningful, because here's what I started saying recently. Is film people say to me, "What do you think, you know, is good about your content, or what makes you stand out?" Because my content isn't harmful. I'm 16 years in this business. I have a ton of experience under my belt.
What is this? What do you like about your content? It's not harmful. Okay, cool, good for you, dude. Wow, that's your quality. Your level of quality. It's not harmful. I mean, come on.
Being a video game content creator, right? I have experience in all these different genres. I can talk honestly about my thoughts about gaming and the landscape and how things are going business-wise and everything. I can compare game genres to each other and everything. I've been around for 16 years doing this.
And yet, he says all this stuff, but every time he talks about games, it's like, it's really forced. Every time. It just doesn't come off as interesting. And then when a game doesn't pick up, he gets really mad about it. Like, oh man, no one liked me when I played Super Mario RPG, man. People have short attention spans and all this other stuff. What about the game? I thought you care about the game you're playing.
So I have experience a lot of people don't. But my content is not toxic or harmful. I'm not sitting here crapping on some other YouTuber to get people to attack each other, right?
This is dumb. This is so dumb. This dude is saying this because he's not naming other YouTubers to attack them. But this is what he does, though. When he talks about other YouTubers.
So, me and Kat, we watched this one person on YouTube, play God of War Ragnarok. And I don't want to hear it anymore. People see that I'm bad at games. So this guy, he died of a fucking bear. Okay? Oh, I'm watching. He's dying at the bear all the time. Oh, me and Kat, we watched this other person play Elden Ring. And this dude kept the same fucking build the whole time. It was very boring. And this dude was so bad.
All this other stuff. But since he doesn't name them, it's okay. This dude is such a baby.
Right? In order to have a good night. Oh, business is slow tonight. Let's do a shit on someone's stream or something like that. I don't have to do that. So many YouTubers have taken that low road, and I haven't had to do that. And I'm happy about that.
He's happy about that. But then when something doesn't work out, like the co-op streams or whatever, he does this. Or he just sits there and like does nothing. Because he can't just play a game, dude. I can't do this because people are not expecting it. Because that's what a variety streamer does, right? Correct?
You know? And so for me, that's why. To know that my content is meaningful to an audience, that they like it enough, that they know it's not toxic, they can come and relax and enjoy and truly have a good time with me every time that they stop by. then they'll support it. But that breaks the narrative of my detractors. Their narrative is always, I'm the worst person. It's the worst content. No one supports it. No one watches it. It couldn't be further from the truth. It's a lie. It's a lie. But that's their lie that they propagate so they can make toxic content about me. Because if any of that stuff is fake, they have absolutely,
You have nothing.
positively, nothing to say about me.
But then why are there all these clips of him saying support's low, like this one?
In some way, anything appreciated at this point.
Anything's
please do if you
appreciative.
can. I'll just be right back. Okay, guys. Wow.
We're gonna skip
Episode
ahead.
62. Guys, that's going to be it for DSP versus the internet for this week. I hope that you all enjoyed. I liked it. Good variety of stuff this week. Okay, I really enjoyed it. For those who are afloat, because of the memberships we get on the channel, the ones who are in the randomized. So thank you all. Thank you. Sundays, do you think possibly lower support streams could have something to do with your success with the algorithm? No. Success.
No.
Number two, the video got demonetized because some, and I'm hoping that within a
Okay, this is
check
about.
to see if I have any free gifted memberships to give out. Okay, because I might. I've heard. Sound
okay,
good?
Sound good.
Okay. Well, anyone, guys, thank you. Thanks to the few who did support. Thanks to those who chilled. You guys were a great audience. That was a good show. Remember tonight,
$14. $14. Successful.
I'm just some boring guy. So.
But
they
then guess
have to
what
keep-
happened after that? DSP versus the internet stream. The next one did better tips wise. Totally not because the dude was like really sad about the low support and he was freaking out. No, because they love him. They love Phil.
Keep that shit going, right? The nonsense. That's so stupid. Okay. So, there you have it. Now, by the way, how's the poll going? It looks like Straw Hat has won, so I'll get it. I have a ton of shout outs to do. Seriously.
A ton.
An $8 tip. Hold on. Once again, here's another one of their insane detractor memes. See this?
Detractor meme. See this?
Here it is. Another thing that's a complete
Here
falsehood.
It is. Here
But again,
we
this
go.
has to meet. This has to be true for them to be justified in the things that they
Okay.
say and do. Do you
All right.
understand?
What is it? What is it, Phil?
So that has to be true, which is not.
What?
This is another stupid detractor meme.
What are we talking about? What has to be true? What's ha ha ha? Okay. Guess we'll never know.
Hold on.
Hold on. What are you holding on
Those of you
to?
who are watching on demand can't see it. It's just another one of these stupid
Okay.
to try to make me look like a villain, and it's all untrue. And people who actually like my content don't believe that, right? They don't. They're like, what are you, out of your mind? You're insane. Another stupid thing that you would say. It's bullshit, right? Okay. So I received an $8 tip from Jeremy. Thank you to Jeremy for an $8 tip tonight. I
Okay.
appreciate that, Jeremy.
Wow. What a great
Plus,
segment.
I don't know how I wear a vest over this shirt. I don't even know how that's
How do you wear a vest over a shirt? My God. DSP. If you don't know how to do that, you may need to go back to school.
possible. So how about we just chill? Enough with the silliness. I just put the hat on. Okay?
Enough with the silliness. I thought we're about the silliness. Oh my God. This dude,
I
man.
received a 20.
Look, he gets all this money, doesn't want to do the goal, doesn't want to do the rewards. But if he has $0 tips, guys, you want to see me in a hat? Give me $100. If you do 150, I'll put it on a vest. It's gonna be very goofy. But since he got it, I don't want to do it, man.
A $20 tip from the Blimp. So the Blimp, your tip finally did come
oh my
through.
God, dude.
So thank you very much to the
Someone
Blimp.
said in his chat, "Holy facts." Talk to him, DSP. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I guarantee this guy, Easy Gaming, is falling for the easy fucking statements he's saying, because I'm assuming he's in gamer news mode. No fucking, we're gonna do a little side trip. We're gonna go a little field trip. Let's see what this base take is.
Guys, it's good. Now they're all floundering, correct?
Oh my God! Already we're off to a bad start.
been floundering. I mean, take a look at BioWare. Take a look at anything coming out of an Xbox studio, right?
Okay. Let's try just going a
People,
little further
and leave
back.
us normal people alone. We don't want to deal with this shit, but
What?
we're kept down by these fucking people. I can't believe this guy said this publicly.
Oh.
You would think this is the kind of thing that an evil guy says in a
Oh my god. I already have an idea what this is, and this dude is so lame because he's part of the problem. He's been part of the problem. He just LARPs as, yeah, man, these corporations, they suck. But like, you wanted this though. He has complained so much about how there's not a lot of AAA games out. Oh, these people are not like releasing a lot of games out. And then EA is like, oh yeah, we're gonna do AI and then we're gonna churn games out more often. And he's like, how dare they? DSP, you're part of the problem. Stupid. Let's just go back a little bit.
right? Like right now, if you ask AI to generate art, all it does is a hodgepodge of other people's art.
Oh my god.
It can't really do that, right? But it could do the tasks. It could do like all
Wait, what? It can't do that, but it...
my algorithm will just do what I do, right? How would you ever understand what the person down here wants or thinks, right? Who the fuck wants to work for EA when the CEO just said, oh yeah, we're just going to make AI do everything? Oh, well, I really want to work for your company where my job could get cut at any moment because a fucking AI algorithm will just do what
I hate DSP's gaming news. I feel like it's an ongoing series of mine at this point where I just shit on this dude's gaming news segments.
right?
Right? Oh my god.
This is just insanely
And
stupid.
this is a terrible shirt.
And if we start automating everything with AI, what jobs will be left?
Yeah, nothing, because these fucking companies don't want to pay artists. The thing that sucks the most about AI art and all this other stuff, I have, I've been very vocal about this. It's just that you have all these artists that are willing to work at these companies, all this stuff, but they want to scrap them because AI is cheaper to do probably, and they don't have to pay all these other artists. Which is a problem, and there's a lot of other ethical issues with AI. Like, there's all this other stuff that goes on with AI that, like, that's not necessarily great. I mean, come on, right?
What exactly will we be doing? At all? The only things that humans will be doing are things that are considered creative enough that an AI can't replicate it, right? Like right now, if you ask AI to generate art, all it does is a hodgepodge of other...
Yeah, but people are still using AI art, though. A lot of companies are still using it, which is why people, like, are not happy with the situation. Oh my god.
Art.
Like, fucking Marvel has that stupid show that had AI art in the intro. It looks awful. The second season of Loki has a poster that was done by AI art, and it's like, it's already being used, which is a problem.
It can't really do that, right? But it could do the tasks. It could do like all this stuff that humans used to do, you know? So are we just supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I'm
I just
saying?
don't understand these morons at the top because they think, well, we're in charge anyway. So we'll never be affected by AI. A CEO can't lose his job because of AI, right? Everyone else
because
can.
honestly they won't, because they have a lot of power. If they see AI that can, like, take their job, they'll say, no, we're not doing this. This is too much, or whatever the fuck. They'll say whatever, man, because the rich will just want to get richer.
But not the CEO. So the CEO says, let's use AI.
Oh my
You know?
god. Yeah,
I mean,
because
these
it
people
saves
literally
money.
have
It's
no
so
fucking
disgusting.
souls. They're just husks of people. They're fucking scum.
But, like, this is the thing, all these companies, I mean, EA is a shit company anyway. Honestly, they're a shit company anyways. It doesn't surprise me. Microsoft has been laying off all these studios. Like, it's just, come on. This is why, like, you shouldn't be friends with corporations.
The moment this guy said that, there's a real hunger for us to use AI. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Please, go
Guys, Phil is correct.
fuck yourself. Go
Uh,
take all your money and get on a fucking jet.
But I hate how he shits on these people. Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, this is, like, a stupid thing. oh, it's gonna like cut jobs, and no one wants this, blah blah blah. Like I could say, like pretty much my reaction to the EA news is that this is just them finding an excuse to like do more layoffs, which is fucking disgusting, and it's really shitty, especially when you have talented artists that are willing to work in the industry, but they don't want to pay them well, and this will also just save them money. It's just fucked up. There you go. That's my reaction. These reaction.
Okay, these people, we need to put the, we need to throw them in hell. We need to like kill them.
And it's like, like it's really like there's a lot of shit posting on Twitter about like David Zaslav. Like there was a post where it had like creators saying, "Oh, Ares killed David Zaslav, and I'll whatever happens in God of War." That's like the bit. That's the shit post. But these would say that unironically, kind of. Like that's what I don't like about DSP's takes. It's just kind of childish and not
right
really
now,
funny.
And go fly to an island that you probably bought and live there isolated from the rest of us, along with all your other silver.
Like this dude it's just a clown. I don't like listening to DSP talk about this. But then let's say EA guy gets a death threat. I don't condone this. No one deserves death. But this dude is like saying they should fly away and all this other stuff. Like I mean, that's enough.
Let's see that awesome $20 animation again. And all these animations will now be
I'm
available on
just
my
exiting
stream
out of
moving
this. I'm not
forward
going. I'm not
for the
gonna be
future.
tempted to go
I
back.
love 'em. So thanks to the person who made them. Okay, so from the blimp, hopefully this works. I've been meaning to send you something like this, a little more substantial, huge
Okay.
dragon, and I thought that it ended up not being as good as I'd hoped. I thought it was good. That one big tip. The point that first of all, that doesn't happen every. They'll have $55 in tips, and 50 came from one person.
Oh boy. This is
Make
it.
theories about you being supported by only a handful of people. Can you admit there's some streams that are generally supported with one supporter? For example, sometimes you'll have $55 in tips and 50 came from one person. Doesn't that happen? Yeah, so what?
So what? This is what I was talking about. This guy, there's clips of him saying, "Guys, support the Friday Night Fight stream. Let's not have it just be Jax. Jax shouldn't be the only one supporting the stream." So many times he has said that. And he has also been saying, like, "Oh, guys, there should be one person. People shouldn't wait for one person." This and that all the time. And now he's saying, "So what?" Dude, you got mad at chat. Maybe not mad at chat directly, but you said people should not be anticipating one person to support the stream. And all this stuff. You have these other clips of him saying, "I told you guys to support me sooner rather than later, man, to get more time with the rewards." So what?
What's your point?
What's your point?
First of all, that doesn't happen every stream. That does happen some streams, but it's not every time. It's not always the same person.
It's a majority of times.
Who would do that one big tip. The point that the detractors make is it's the same two people.
But when he was tipped by, I'm about to say Only Ice Minute, 1 Minute Man, to get to the glasses goal, 1 Minute Man was like the majority to get them to that goal. And he tipped every day, by the way.
That's not true. Tonight, there's a bunch of supporters, and they're all different. Tomorrow, there may be one big supporter on my daytime stream and a bunch of little ones, but then on the night stream, there may be a different big supporter and a bunch of little ones. Why does that matter? What is it? What there's no point.
In reality, if it doesn't matter, sure, okay, it doesn't matter. But guess what? DSP has made it a point to bring up, guys, it shouldn't be up to one supporter to carry the stream. Oh, you guys should not be taking Jax for granted all the time. Not all the time. Not literally all the time, okay? But like, there's been so many clips of it. Come on.
You understand?
Oh, now
There's
they're talking about
literally no
Elon. Oh
point
boy.
to saying one person did a big contribution and a few
This
did a
is
little.
hell.
It doesn't prove any point at all. It's just like, you see, he had so few people who support him. Wrong. There's a ton of people who support me. A ton. That's how
And look at this. Look at this. He said "so what" before, and then he's mocking people who say that, saying wrong. Okay.
I'm successful. That's why I can have a stream with 300 people on it but have a really good night. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not what these idiots say. It's literally a group effort among people who like different kinds of content. Right?
Right?
So there's no point to what you're saying unless you can come back and actually say, I have a point. Here's
And
what
then this dude says to come back and bring up a point.
I was trying to
Okay.
say, because you had none. Then, but there's no point to what you're saying. It proves nothing. It does not
The
even,
dude comes back with a point and he gets mad about it. Figure that
An
one
argument.
out.
it doesn't even make it. What are you even saying that for?
What are you saying now?
Okay.
The dude literally just said, "Can you admit that you have a stream that's $55 and $50 will come from one guy?" And look how he wiggled around and squirmed to say you don't have a point. Dude, the point was you have streams where one dude gives you a lot of money and he's like, "Well, that's not every stream." Yeah, but it's like there's been quite a few of these streams. And if it's not a big deal, then he could just say, "Look, yeah, it happens. So what?" and leave it at that. But come on.
See,
Does he
and
need to bring up the
incredibly
clips?
generous.
Aw.
You ready for this? 50. Well said, Phil. I've been a fan since your Batman Arkham Asylum demo footage from all the way back in 2009 when I was still in middle school. Now I'm 24 and I'm
Middle.
glad to support you. Much love. You see the point I'm making. Because I've been around the block 16 years. I stayed dedicated.
Yeah, but where are these people now? Why didn't they tip the Fallout stream? Why didn't they tip the other night streams? Where are they?
I never gave up. There's people who like me and come to support the
never
content.
gave up.
May not be every day, may not be every night, but they come by and they support when they can, and that's why I could
Okay, they support when they can. Okay. And it's okay, right?
a few super chats. Thankfully, someone gifted a bunch of memberships. That was nice. But outside of that, it was like almost a dead daytime stream, and we're like, what happened? It's the main stream. This has been a game that we played, three.
And then look at this. Now, of course, this is him stating facts. He's just stating an observation,
previous.
man.
Well, actually, at this point, 4 sessions previous, 3 sessions previous, and they've all done well. So what's going on with Fallout 4? Is it, I don't know. I like it. I think my run is very different, all right, from my other runs that I've done in Fallout before, and I'm happy for that. It's not just the same use guns and charisma and playthroughs to make them unique. He's not playing on hard. He's not playing on survivor. Did you even research those?
Oh my god. And they just complain
From
about
the
that.
die. How boring would that be?
How boring would that be?
Buy a game unless I have a bed. You know how stupid that is? That doesn't make it better. Playing those, more people would watch if you did it that way. You're an idiot. You did
You're an
zero
idiot.
research into what they are. This is not, the game would become a fun experience like a Dark Souls game. This game becomes a tedious mess, even worse than what I'm doing now. Why would you want that if you're already claiming that the game needs something else because it's boring? It's idiocy, okay? So here's the thing. Today, we made major story advancement in the game. Then we went off and
Okay. Let's skip it. Let's skip a little
engagement
bit.
and dwindling support. I don't want to keep it.
Uh-oh.
It's in the plot. It's a better game that way. It really is. I'm glad I skipped it entirely. So, all that being said, okay, I'm loving the playthrough. I want to keep it
Oh my god.
in the
his
daytime
cat,
rotation.
man.
I do. But it's going to be hard.
Elon
if
getting
when I go to
political was
play it,
Daisy.
we're
Elon
gonna have
was
dwindling
always
attendance,
political. I mean,
dwindling
come on.
engagement, and dwindling support.
He needs that lithium.
I don't want this to be a dead game every time I play it. Today, it kind of felt like that. Now, I hope that things will bounce.
Look, one stream. Fallout 4 got one slow stream, and he's like, I don't want to drop support, man. Oh my god.
Back. I supremely hope that now that I'm saying this and people are aware of it, that next time that I play Fallout 4, people will actually come in.
Look at this. He has no mind controlling powers or anything like that, but he just said this in hopes that people are aware that the stream is slow and he doesn't want to drop the game, but hopefully when they show up again, they'll realize what to do.
Come and engage in support. I can't make them. I don't know if the hype is done just because the TV show now is 2 weeks, 3 weeks old, right? I'm liking the playthrough, and now's the right time to play it because we have nothing going on till late May. We have 2 more weeks to focus on this game. I could play, a good 18, 20 hours of it and get a good chunk into the game.
Why can't he play
as
Final
long as
Fantasy
people will
VII?
show up.
He
So
liked
let's
that
see
game
what happens. I
supposedly.
hope that that will change.
And he had no support for this, and he's like, oh, we gotta keep playing this. But Final Fantasy VII, we can't do that because that's boring. But it's also okay if not every stream can be well supported. One stream doesn't get supported of Fallout 4, and he's like freaking out. He wants people to be aware that did not get support.
I continue on. I'm not a flash in the pan success. I'm not a has been or a never was. I persist in a different form today than I did over a decade ago.
A lot of has-beens fucking persist. Jerry Seinfeld just had a movie come out that was awful. And he's probably gonna do another movie. Or show, or whatever the fuck he's gonna do.
I persist as a success.
Oh my god.
And that's the narrative that the detractors will never admit to, because that means everything they say is wrong. And therefore has no validity. And
you
there's
know,
no point for anyone.
there was that one interview where Jerry Seinfeld was like, you just can't be funny anymore. Whatever the fuck, blah, blah, blah. He should not say that anymore. And what he should say is that I still persist. And that's what the trolls are not going to admit. They're not going to admit that I still persist. And he's going to do another comedy with Amy Schumer. Another comedian that everyone loves.
Anyone to ever watch it.
Correct?
Thank you so very much to Jared.
Thank you, Jared.
I received a $2 tip. So this person says, one thing I don't think you get enough credit for is the sheer amount of games and content that you actually put full gameplay content out for. It's part of your appeal, and I can think of a random game, and most likely you're probably one of the few people who 99% of the time has a playthrough for it.
Okay, did he play Stellar Blade? No. What about, Guilty Gear? No. What about No More Heroes 3? No. Xenoblade Chronicles 3? No.
There you go.
There you go.
And, you know, it's true.
Shin Megami Tensei 3? No.
Not probably not the most consistent, but
okay. Enough of that. Let's move on.
Knowing what it is, I guess I can't really comment on that, right? I also just got a super chat from Jordan. It says, last tip I can do until later in the week, Friday, but hopefully your streams will do well the rest of the week. Thank you to Jordan. Well, I'm only doing one more day of streams tomorrow. So, yeah, hopefully they do fine. Shout outs. And then a troll. I just have to ask this guy. This guy will tip, and he knows I'm literally never going to ever read out his tips, yet he still tips. It's remarkable.
He says this, but then later on, he talks about how he got $200 in chargebacks, or whatever the fuck.
He tips, and he always says something negative and toxic, and I always ignore it if he tips again.
Does he refund these tips? I mean, you know, again, as I said before, this dude will get troll tips, he will not read them, but he won't refund them. He won't. Because he wants to hope to God he could just keep the money from them. Because, you know, on one hand, he's a spiteful little piggy. He wants that money so he can sit there like, this guy tried to troll me, but I got his money, man. But if he refunded these trolls their tips, guess what? He probably wouldn't have chargebacks. What are they gonna do? They got their money back, Phil. So they can't charge back money that you didn't accept. Why? See, like, that's what I don't understand. He sees all these people doing chargebacks. Why not just refund all these troll tips he's been getting? But he doesn't want to. He made for very specific instances, but he won't. He will not address it because he wants to hope to keep it. That's not scummy. That's not being dishonest.
But at this point, I don't even read the body of the message. I just see the tip coming in from this email address, and I say, okay, ignore it. I didn't even know what he just said. I just ignored him. That's great.
Why don't you refund the tip then?
Oh, let's see. Orange says, do you take a night like this as a sign people want more interaction rather than gameplay? Again, I think, just like everything, it's the happy medium.
The happy medium.
The happy medium. You gotta do
what truly
medium.
matters as a community like this is that we all benefit from it together. And that we all get something nice out of it. It's not one-sided. And it's not me being successful at the expense of someone else. Having to tear down or hurt someone else. Who have I teared down or hurt tonight? 0 people. 0. I was able to have a successful night hanging out with you guys. We all got something good out of it.
technically, you could argue he tore down detractors. I mean, this is also called detractor roasting. That's not taking someone down. That's not roasting someone.
Of it, and no one got hurt in the process. That's true.
But in reality, the detractors have been hurting him, so he's fighting back on them. He's not hurting innocent people.
Content creation.
Of course.
That's not toxic, degenerate, I succeed, stomp on everyone else content creation, like so many people do today. The lowest common denominator of crap that should not be allowed on YouTube. But
And then he says that these people should not be allowed on YouTube. But what does he consider harmful videos? People making videos like this? But he has videos like this on his own channel. Like, sure, you could say there's videos on the internet that are very mean-spirited and all this other stuff. But like, again, who's gonna judge that? I mean, come on.
but regardless is
Because how are they gonna
Sad,
police
but
that?
true.
How will they enforce that? Like, that's
PC.
why,
So-
and that's partly why there's also a disparity between moderation. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons that go into that, and sure, but there's also the aspect of like, what's to say one's not, being, facetious and one being mean spirited? Like, how can you really judge that? I mean, there's a lot of stuff you have to like factor in. You know what I mean?
So I want to do a Radagon haiku after I saw you fight him earlier today. This one I'm not going back to it. Excuse me.
All right. Is there any other?
Shooters, some come for RPGs, some come for everything, but they're all split. But overall, I do have thousands of viewers for my content. They come by at various times to support in different ways. Super chat, become a member, gift memberships, tip. Some people do those things on my other channels. Some people pledge to my
Okay.
Patreon. I mean, I could keep going. These are all ways that all of these different people support. Just because one person comes by and does a $50 tip and one person comes by and does a $2 tip, it doesn't make a difference. They're still two people. I
Yeah.
have a large number of supporters. You can't disprove that because it's factual.
Wait,
If you try to disprove it, you're wrong and you're stupid. I don't know what else to say.
wrong and
It's
you're
just
stupid.
dumb to argue it. Supporters who come by and contribute every day. Exactly. You see it every day. All these different people. Thank you, Venom Snake, who says, "We're with you. Keep up amazing work. You're the man."
All right.
Here's that I just did things completely differently from everybody else, and that's the reason I'm still here. You won't ever get it then, because you just want to listen to the wrong morons. You don't.
What's the beginning of this?
How? Lowest common denominator, just to stir up attention because of it. Most YouTubers do not do this. They don't. They make content that's either lowbrow. That's what they want. And in truth,
Oh my
but
god.
they're still a member of the channel. That's support. It's
That's the
to
part.
try to prove a narrative that's false. I would not be here and successful today if I did not have positive people who like the content I put out supporting me. This is not a channel where I degrade myself doing stunts, sucking.
Putting on a hat is not. I mean, people could argue being paid to put on articles of clothing could be degrading. You didn't want to put on the hat initially until you got $100.
Cucumbers and kissing cocks. This is not a channel where I read out detractor
And
messages
again, just shitting on other people for doing other
that
stuff.
insult myself and my family members.
Like, dude, like, come
This is
on.
not a channel where I constantly talk drama and gossip. This is not a channel where I slam other.
Gamer news is that though. Every time I go to the gaming news segment, it's just talking about like layoffs. And then when there's positive news, it's like a 2-second fucking news story.
YouTubers. I don't do any of that shit.
Like, you notice, everyone's been noticing this. It's, you go to the gaming news, and when it's like, let's say the gaming news today is Nintendo is making a super duper Switch that has super duper processors and it can render real-time graphics and it does 200 frames or whatever. Sure, why not?
These are like, so Nintendo is doing this. Okay, great. So they're finding a Switch that everyone loves, and it's gonna be very powerful, man. Wow. Okay, cool. I can't wait to see how that's gonna turn out.
Then, if the news is, Capcom laid off everyone except for Billy.
So Capcom laid off everyone except for Billy. Who the fuck's Billy? Okay, so they fired everyone. Everyone, okay? They had Street Fighter 6, who was like such a good game. Everyone said Street Fighter's back. And now they're laying off everyone?
All this shit. He would just go on and on for like 10 minutes or even 40 minutes about this shit. Every video and every like reaction I've seen of like the layoffs and all this stuff, it's like 10 minutes, maybe 20. And it's like to the point and all this other stuff. DSP covers it 40 minutes. And it's just complaining and then comparing it to his helicopter job. That's irrelevant.
To get attention. I make positive content for an audience, and I curate the content specifically because that's what they want. And in truth, they then support me because of it. Most YouTubers do not do this. They don't. They make content.
So he curates his content, but then how come GT versus the internet wasn't doing so well? Why did engagement fall off for Fallout 4 if all these things were true? Who knows?
That's either lowbrow, lowest common denominator,
oh my God, we're still doing
just to stir up attention,
oh
or they have a mass appeal to a
don't
giant
fucking shit on billion-dollar companies, okay? Come on.
audience, out of which actually just a small amount contribute, but their audience is so huge, it ends up being a huge amount. I'm the opposite. I make content for a smaller audience, but that audience likes me so much, they all support in their own way, and it adds up to being success. If you don't understand that I'm different from everyone else out there, you've missed the know. You haven't paid attention to the 16 years that I just did things completely differently from everybody else, and that's the reason I'm still here.
But he said, like, during those years, he was doing bad content until 2017 when he started streaming on Twitch. He started doing meaningful content. Huh? And also, when he started doing videos, like, he had top haters, he was a troll and all this other stuff. And then he would say, like, oh, I was so mean back then, man. But now he was, like, super positive for 16 years?
You won't ever get it then, because you just want to listen to the wrong moron.
And guess what? Every time he says, why do you do this? Well, I have to have face cam. Every streamer has face cam. Every streamer has LED lights. He literally shat on people who had the same backdrop he has. But now it's cool, and everyone does it.
You don't actually live in reality world.
Live in reality
Sorry.
world. Sorry.
I'll still be here tomorrow having fun being successful, and you'll be miserable writhing around in your bed, hugging your Hatsune Miku body pillow and humping it.
And then this dude will pretend like, oh my God, I will not make fun of weebs, guys. Oh, it's okay if you're into waifus. And then he uses waifus as an insult. And it's not even like clever or funny or like good. It's just kind of lame. And who cares if you have body pillows? DSP, you have like fucking trash like right behind you.
It furiously in agitation that I'm still here and
Why would you hump a body pillow in frustration? Let's hear this again.
successful, and you'll be miserable writhing around in your bed, hugging your Hatsune Miku body pillow and humping it furiously in agitation.
Man, if you really wanted to, you could really analyze this and say, man, how does he view sex? Because why would you hump a body pillow in frustration? Does this dude have sex with someone if they're mad? Huh?
That I'm still here and positive and successful, and you're still a nobody crying with your detractor friends about the fact that I am successful. Okay? Sorry.
Is that why you were confused why support fell off for Fallout 4 and why DG versus the internet did not do well that one time? because you were successful. Like, again, he had multiple streams of him saying, guys, the support's low. Again, at this point, every time he says support's low, just say, no, you're successful, Phil. You're successful right now. Why are you asking for support? He didn't ask for support. He has $200. And look at this. Look how much he's bragging about being successful as he's sitting at $200. He should honestly say this every time he has like $0 in tips, that he's successful.
I received a $2.99 tip. Oh, let's see here.
Let's see here.
Love your look tonight. Which side are the shirt buttons on? Keep up the chill vibes.
By the way, this question was kind of digging at the fact that, like, probably, because if it's a woman's shirt, the buttons would be on the left side. If it's on the right side, it's a man's shirt. And DSP didn't answer the question. It's obviously on the right side, so it's a man's shirt, obviously. But DSP didn't answer. He just assumed that he's asking if the buttons worked instead. So we're skipping the shirt talk.
All the threads. Oh, it's all good.
It's all good.
So thank you for the anonymous $2.99 tip. I'll be a nice guy, and I'll count it as 3. How about that?
Okay.
I'll be a gay
All right,
guy. Cool.
Alrighty, everyone. So we're starting to wind down.
He says
I
cool like it's a
obviously want to
punctuation
thank
mark.
you all.
Like, fuck off. Cool.
Okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay, here we go.
Here we
the
go.
detractors want to continue their narrative.
Look at this, look at this. He tells them, come back with a point. Okay, I came back with a point. Get a load of this, guys.
Peace on Luxury says, what would happen if those few people stopped donating? Could the community be viable for the business? Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. This was 5 days ago. 5 days ago. May 5th. May 5th. This video? April. 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 He's saying this. And since then, guys, support's low. Where's the support? People have short attention spans.
Because this has happened time and time and time and time and time and time again.
It has happened time and time again. So why, may I ask, were you taking time out of your daily rep to complain about support?
The night stream tonight was May the 4th, meaning Star Wars, and we played Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Again, this collection is wonky and silly. And I'm actually doing decent. Like, I think most matches tonight, I was in, like, the top 10 of my team. What the? Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting that. And overall, I just want to let everyone know. Right now, things are actually going pretty good overall for the channel. We have completely rebounded from RPG Overload because I'm not playing.
We rebounded, but this dude in this fucking video talked about support dipping off. Okay.
Whenever one person walks out of that revolving door, someone else walks in.
That's what I've been saying. A whale leaves, another whale comes in.
That's
the
how
whale
it works.
cycle.
When
That's
you're
how
a
it
content
works.
creator that makes positive content, that's exactly how it works. You're going to see people walk in and out of your life constantly, and it's okay. Because as long as you're still there as a staple, continuing to make that style of content that's meaningful to people, some people will come back, and you'll get new people, and it will continue. It might not always be the same faces. It might not always be the same people. Hell, I've had different moderating teams over the years. I've had different people like it, and will keep coming in to support it no matter what. All right? It's been 16 years, highs and lows. I've been on where? On YouTube, on
Okay.
people still come with me. They're still with me.
He literally said in multiple times to get to a new channel is like pulling teeth. Like pulling teeth. Now it's an easy thing.
Along for this journey.
Huh.
Right? Hasn't gone away. You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You like, what on earth are you speaking of?
What are you speaking of?
Now, wait a minute. You literally just changed the narrative. Just listen to this.
Listen to this. You literally just changed the narrative.
What about the fake narratives? This is fragile. You're 4 years away from your bankruptcy. To save the house fund.
Yeah. This dude saying how successful he is. This has been going on for years and this and that. DSP literally, you know what? This dude literally was talking about cumulatively how this dude is so successful. I'm so successful, man. This happens. I've seen the highs and lows, man. And then the dude's like, okay, yeah, but okay, so during those highs and lows, you filed for bankruptcy. Isn't that a low point? What about that? That's pretty bad. What about like Save the House? He literally did a stream called Save the House. Oh, he didn't call it Save the House, but you know what I mean.
Whoa. What is your narrative? You don't
What's your narrative?
have one.
Well, if you read it like that, you wouldn't know.
You literally just changed the story 3 times. First, your narrative is,
Change the story. Dude, does he not know how a conversation works? Someone, like, this dude is so befuddled by the fact that people are like, okay, so that's what you think, okay, fair enough. Well, what about this, though? Okay. Oh, okay, that's a good point. Okay, so then this. Isn't it funny that he's able to do that? Like if oh my god, I can't think of an example, but it's a very clear double standard because he does the same shit. Like, he changes the point too. It's there. Oh man, oh my god, I'm blanking on it. But literally, this has happened to him. He says, well, what about this, man? And then they say, okay, this. Then he changes subjects too. Whatever.
I don't have enough consistent supporters. If a few go away, I fail. That's happened a million times, and I'm still here. I just expect.
Okay, but that happened, but you still filed for bankruptcy. What? So if that keeps happening and you file for bankruptcy, isn't that bad?
Well, what's the next thing? Where's the next goalpost? Okay, you are in a crazy mania.
You're in a crazy mania. This dude has had so many rants that were unhinged. This is the last guy I would want to hear telling me that I'm going through a mania episode. You know what? The fact that he says that, maybe he has mania episodes. What about that? What about that one?
Your mania has taken over your small pea brain, and all you can do.
And then he says you have a small pea brain. Oh, okay, dude.
Is think about the next thing to say negative. They're all false narratives.
So you didn't get a bankruptcy. So that's a false narrative. So how did he get it then? What? So why did he file for bankruptcy if he was so successful? He said he was successful for all these years. He wouldn't be around if he wasn't successful. He filed for bankruptcy. Now, of course, he could still stream even though he filed for bankruptcy. It's not like he had to close down shop. But you know, it's funny. You watch the ALT stream about Patreon. He says, well, during that time where he said you may not see me at all anymore, whatever. He also brings up he talked to his mom, and his mom's like, what are you gonna do? He said, file for bankruptcy, move out of the house. Guess what? He filed for bankruptcy and kept the house. Except for the one in Connecticut, but that one was just, he couldn't sell it, man.
You are in.
You know, it's funny. He said that he can't sell it because he wouldn't get what he paid for on it. So instead of just getting like the 66,000 that he could have gotten, he just foreclosed it. He just foreclosed on it. Like, wouldn't it have been better to just sell it and get whatever he was gonna get anyway? Yeah, you're selling at a loss, but it's better than just getting zero for it. I don't know. Maybe I'm too stupid. Maybe I don't understand it. You know, maybe I'm too dumb. I am a dummy after all.
Insignificant human.
I am
don't matter.
And insignificant.
It doesn't matter what you say in the chat right now or what you do. You're insignificant on this planet.
And now it doesn't matter. So this dude is like wanting to talk to a troll. Oh, come up with a point. It doesn't matter anyway. You're insignificant. So are you gonna? Well, this guy may have just said it in chat. Maybe he didn't like.
Here's what you need to do: get away from your device and go do something with your life that will affect someone in a positive way. And what you're gonna find is that is going to be way more meaningful both for you and for everyone else around you than for you sitting in your false narrative land, believing your toxic nonsense and thinking that it has any bearing on me or my life. It doesn't. I will still be here tomorrow.
Dude,
and you'll
it doesn't have any bearing on his life, yet he titled this video live detractor roasting. I mean, it affected you to the point you named a video after
You'll
it.
be miserable humping Hatsune Miku in your bed.
And then I'd be humping Hatsune Miku because I'm so frustrated and miserable. This dude has a very peculiar outlook on sex, or just having pleasurable time with yourself. It's like, you know, he fapped because he was depressed. That was his depression. Who the fuck faps when they're depressed? Okay.
All right? So do yourself a favor. Get the fuck off my stream.
But remember, guys, you know, and again, this just shows how negative he looks at anime. The fact that he keeps associating anime and all this other stuff to, like, you're miserable, you're depressed, you're lonely, all this stuff, just for watching anime. My God, man. Grow up.
Get a life and get the fuck into something positive. Because, man, your toxicity is embarrassing to the human race.
You're embarrassing to the human race. Your shirts don't even fit you. You don't even know how to size for... You don't even know how to... You don't even know how to shop for clothes. It would help if I knew how to speak.
You are literally an embarrassment to human beings on this fucking planet. Go away.
Yes, go away.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I just got a $6 tip. From the Blimp. We love you, man.
All right.
Talking point. He just bounces around parroting the same shit. And every time that something's, you know, countered with a logical thing to disprove it, oh, I gotta get...
He didn't counter that, though. He said, well, what about the bankruptcy and save the house streams? Why didn't he counter that? His counter was, you're crazy. Very sound logic there,
next
buddy.
one. I gotta get to the next one. I gotta get to the... Wait, no. You already look like an idiot. You don't get to now say 10 more things.
Like, look at this. Just because he has a counter means that that's it. Done. Even though you could have other points. What if he had other points? He told someone to come back to him with a point. He came back with a point. And he said, you're crazy. Okay.
You're already a moron.
Like it doesn't matter. This dude will not like concede, and he will not like have any self-reflection on his own situation.
These people...
And that's probably why he gets really frustrated too. I feel I can imagine.
People are just so dumb. They really don't understand it. You know, there's no reasoning with someone who's so far gone. You just have to have them have a moment of realization at some point in their life that they're going to try to be better people, you know?
Be better.
But sadly, I don't know if these people ever will. It seems like what's happened is there's this community of people who have this mania in their head.
Oh
and
my
they
God.
actually, no exaggeration, have formed communities of relationships.
I can't get over it. This is like a more silly version of what he used to say. In the past, he went from like saying, so the trolls would get around in a group together and they would just hype each other up. They would hype each other up saying, yes, trolls, whatever. He would just say, do this, kind of like hype each other up. And now it's just that we're all like going through manias and we're all psychotic.
Relationships. Online relationships, of course. But relationships...
No, of course. Like, listen to this.
Mania in their head. And they actually, no exaggeration, have formed communities.
DSP formed a community as well. DSP said he forms a community as a meaningful community
of relationships, online relationships.
And you know what? And then this dude also says that he got catfished in his own community. And it's like, dude, if you're not in a community, how did he get catfished? How could he get catfished? This is a good phase.
Relationships, of course, but relationships nonetheless based on toxic behavior. The only way they even...
What about the relationships you have fostered in your own chat? A lot of them is negative into some cases, and the others are all financial. Like, he got so buddy-buddy with people who give him money. Like, you look at the 1 Minute Man stuff, and he's, like, struggling to, like, give his opinion. And then, like, when he decides to double down on it, he kind of just decided to shut on 1 Minute Man a little bit. Whatever.
Even get human interaction or any kind of attention is toxic behavior. So they have to keep that up, or else now they have to realize that their lives are miserable, trite, meaningless. So they keep that toxic community going no matter what. Even if the narrative's completely false and fabricated, that's the only way that they feel like they have a meaning in their life.
It's very funny he's saying all this while he has latched on to literally made up narratives of his own. Like the trolls are striking each other down for like territory reasons. Like we're all gangsters and we're all like that scene in Breaking Bad where Walter White saw the evil version of, not evil, the Wario and Waluigi of Walter White and Jesse, and he's like, get out of my territory, and then the guys leave, whatever. It like that's what he sees us as, and then he's like, well, then the trolls also do this, and like he literally like did at one random rant, reading a fucking random ass YouTube comment where he said the guy was in the know of detractors. Oh man,
life. That is
get a life.
Ridiculously pathetic, sad,
ridiculous.
We can't have a society within a whole undergroup of people who literally just sit on their devices crapping on things all day. This is not productive. This is awful. This is going to be the ruining of human society if we allow it to continue.
Human society is what it is, and this is really it's really like lame and annoying for this dude to have these little rants about society and like. It's tantamount to people saying, kids these days on their fucking phones. Man, back in my day, I played outside. And it's like, okay, what can kids do outside? We have no soliciting laws. It's hard to skateboard around places. Not everywhere has a skate park. Whatever the fuck. You know, it is what it is. Come on, give me a hand.
If you know someone like that, you have to go call them out.
Call them out. But if you call DSP out on his hypocrisy, you're wrong.
And be like,
stupid.
Get the fuck out of your room. Get the fuck off your phone. Stop being a toxic douchebag to everything around you and get a life. Spend 5 minutes getting real life friends. Spend 5 minutes doing something positive with your life.
What if I have IRL friends and all this shit?
Is meaningful to other people around you. Stop being toxic. You're not going to help anything on earth. You're just going to burn this fucking planet down if you keep acting that way.
I don't think that's gonna burn the planet down. I think
that guy, can you believe what the guy was saying in the chat? It literally, he was.
This dude is acting like the dude was sitting there saying, going on tirades about how DSP made his kid autistic or something, like that kind of like nonsense. Guys, my kid watched DSP and now he can't eat food anymore. Guys, my kid watched DSP and now like his head is completely flat.
He was one detractor narrative. Okay, well, here's why that's wrong. Next one. Rapid fire.
This dude says this, and oh my god, this dude says all this stuff as he also tells us every day that all these people have these conspiracy theories. Everyone has conspiracy theories. There's all these fringes, blah-de-blah-de-blah. And this dude is acting as if he just discovered that. Like, this is a brand new discovery.
Like he has his list, his checklist of shit, so he can copy paste them all in the chat. Dude, what the fuck is your problem? Like, why?
Again, DSP asked him to come back with a point. He came back with other points, and now he's mocking him for doing that. It's almost like DSP just asked him to do that so he can mock him, so he could have a nice little catchy little YouTube title and bounce around for his little tippers with $240. This dude, if he has no money, he'll go instant victim mode. Guys, I could be really big if it wasn't for the trolls. Man, the trolls attacked me, and now I'm like nobody. But since he has over $100, I'm a cool man. I'm so successful, everyone's jealous of me. The trolls are a bunch of bitches, and they can't handle it. It's so fake. This dude is so fake, and it's hilarious. That's honestly why people like tune in to watch him, because this dude is so fake.
How? You need help. How do you not understand? And again, why don't they get it? They literally have a community of thousands of people who act like that around each other, right? It's insanity. If you contribute absolutely nothing positive to anyone on this planet, right?
Right?
Why do you exist?
Why do you exist?
Is that not, that should be the ultimate goal of every person?
This is like his safe for work version of what LCG tells his trolls.
To at least put something out in their life that brightens the day of someone else, that makes someone else.
Why should I care about brightening the day of someone else? I just do stuff to like, because I want to. This dude, it's so lame, dude. This dude goes on saying, "Oh, you should make content that makes other people smile, man." Like, okay, I'm doing something. What if this makes them smile?
Let's have a smile or feel good, right? Do something nice, and then we can all get along, and we can all have a nice life together.
What has he done to make that was good for someone? He makes videos. Wow, he makes videos like everyone else. Wow. He changed my life, man. He made a YouTube video. No one has ever done that before.
Together. Live and let live. Instead, everyone's got to burn down, attack, destroy, deride, you know.
He literally said in the same video, other people should not be able to make videos where they kiss cucumbers and suck on cucumbers and all this other stuff. He literally was saying people who make videos that are lowbrow should not be able to make videos. Now, sure, you could argue he was talking about the drama content like Drama Alert and all this other stuff, but when you say lowbrow and lowest common denominator and throw in Rich Review Tech USA, you're kind of just umbrelling everything underneath the sun.
You know, be just gross to each other. How the hell can you go through life like that?
How can you go through life, man?
I just don't get it.
I don't get it. Then why do you
I would
focus
love for
on
one of them
it?
to come up with a new narrative that has.
And now he wants us to come up with a new narrative after he yelled about people having narratives to bring up to him. Now he wants something new. Okay, DSP, he doesn't allow his wife to talk in the household. He doesn't allow his wife to have freedom. She has no agency in the household. How's that narrative?
Regurgitated for the last 5 to 10 years because they don't have one. It's the same shit now in a loop.
And then if they bring up something new, oh, get a look at this. So apparently the trolls have this new meme, like it's called like Flathead Burnell. Apparently they're saying that I have a flat head. Does my head look flat? No, it doesn't. It's perfectly round. And then someone's like, Phil, if your head's perfectly round, you may have Down syndrome. No, not perfectly round. Perfect, okay? My head is fine. Normal head. When I was born, the doctor even told my ma'am that my head was normal size, superhuman ability head. I don't know. I lost a joke with that one.
In truth, at one point in the past, I used to care so much that people would say this shit about me that I would go.
What is this? What is this then? He doesn't care. He has a whole video talking about it.
Out of my way to try to like defend myself or.
Dude, he did a debunking stream in 2018 or 2019, whatever the fuck. He did the Side Scrolls interview for the trolls apparently, so that they have an answer for their questions. And now he's like, I don't care. Then why did he address it? And then he has these rants on his little podcast. And then he says, "Well, I have to address it because then if I don't address it, then the trolls are gonna say that it's true. I have to address it, man. It's in a tip."
Or actually like counter the narrative. But after a while, I'd say it was about 5 years ago, I realized no matter what I said, they would just come up with another one. So I just stopped. I realized at some point it's becoming more harmful for me to waste time trying to defend myself than to actually just say fuck it and ignore it. And that's what I just started doing.
He doesn't ignore it though. Like he ignores aspects, sure, but he also gives like enough attention for people to like keep thinking about
fuck
it.
This and ignore it, right? All these morons out there make documentaries.
And again, this dude just keeps talking like there's no other thing to dislike Phil for. Like he's objectively or subjectively, whatever the fuck, he's perfect. No flaws. And if you bring something up that you don't like about him, you're crazy.
And shit about me, fucking interviews. What has it done? Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm still here. I still make the same content. I still have a great life. They've done nothing. They personally benefited because, trust me, they wouldn't have made the content if they wouldn't personally benefit from it. They're doing it for themselves. That's it. It's the only reason. No one else needed to be interviewed on Side Scrollers. I had to be. Why?
Dude, they invited him on. He accepted. Then they said, well, can we do an interview where we talk about this and that? And he's like, okay, sure, man. He didn't say no. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Gonna get a benefit out of that. That's why.
Like, it would have been very different if he said no, I want to go there and talk about video games, and then they ambushed him literally, and then they forced him to talk about the WWE champions, and then he could go on and say, see, and then this could have been the timeline. He showed emails and then said, see, they did this, I said no, and look what happened. And then people are like, whoa, Phil was right. But instead, in this reality, they asked him, he said yes, let's do it, and then they did it, and now he's upset about it. Make that make sense.
So there you go. So, you know, these fucking nut jobs, man. You know, I don't know.
And he said and he told us every day it went how he expected it, and that's what he wanted, and it was perfect, and all this other stuff. Even after the Cope stream he did.
Go through life like that. But that's the thing. Like, I just stopped
It
5
got-
years ago.
Like it's so funny. Like everything else, it got more and more toxic each passing day. It went from it was fair to it was fair. I didn't like the post stream. Oh, it went perfectly because it summarized all of my answers in one place. Oh, it worked perfectly because that's where all the trolls are gonna be talking about. Are gonna be off my streams. To now, oh, they did this to get attention and look how much money they made. It's really like he had no plan of how to feel about it, and then he just wanted to be a victim.
Go
Wanted to
whatever.
be a
I was like,
victim.
I'm not gonna do this anymore.
You know, like, he's literally the professional victim that everyone talks about.
I'm not gonna entertain the nonsense because all that does is lets them get more content and waste my audience's time. You guys don't want to sit here listening to me talk about every fucking conspiracy theory that comes out of their mouth. I've
He literally did that in this video, though. He did it in the stream.
already talked about most of them, and they don't care. They continue anyway.
They don't care. They continue.
So
anyway.
what's the point,
Why not show
right?
us your WWE
What's the
Champions
narrative?
account then?
The narrative is they jerk off to each other all day, every day.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, and I ignore them, and I continue on happy, and they're sitting there miserable every day.
Why does he
Well-
like to visualize us jerking off? He really every time we talk about trolls, it's not too far away from jerking off. Man, DSP, get my dick out your fucking head. God damn, man.
Who's the winner?
Why are you thinking about my
You know?
dick?
They're out of their
Why do you
mind.
care what I jerk off to, man? Come on. It's private time.
All right. So we're about to adjourn, everyone. What a night. Holy moly.
What a night. Holy moly.
I'm going to be gone in about 5 so minutes. So the things that I've done that they're claiming are real crimes,
Oh boy.
a flawed human. I've always said this too. Even Blimp says it's literal projection. These people lack something in their
DSP does prediction too, blimp.
lives. Then they rationalize bad behavior towards someone that's targeted as a means to not address their own shortcomings. Exactly. I've always said this too. Even if everything they've ever said about me was true, which 99% of it isn't. Some of it is because I am a flawed human. And I've made mistakes over the years. And
Get a load of this. Get a load of
I've
this.
changed for the better. I feel like the
This-
last 7
This is not a good argument from him. Like, this is not good at all for many
years of my
reasons.
life have been an epiphany where I've turned everything around and I'm a much better person now. Correct?
Correct.
But even if everything they've said is true about me, am I still the devil?
This dude has shat on other streamers for the same thing. This guy is a scammer. This guy should not be allowed on YouTube again. All this stuff. He has wished the same as the bare minimum of what trolls wish for him. He has wished on others. All this stuff to the same people, pretty much. And then he's like, well, if it's true that I'm a scammer, is it really that bad? Gee, DSP, what do you think? What's your opinion on people who get early access games, people who get early reviews, people who say a Twitch sub is $5? What do you say when someone says who names their audience, the bro army or whatever the fuck, or people who say racial slurs or are toxic on the internet? So if we say that DSP is toxic, is it really that bad if it's true that he's toxic? So then why does DSP say toxic people should be banned from YouTube? This argument is terrible from him. It just shows how weak-willed he is to hold himself accountable for his own fucking actions. If it's true.
none of the things that I've done that they're claiming are real crimes or anything like that.
No one is saying it's a crime. No one is saying him playing WWE Champions is a crime. Yeah, he could do it. It's not a crime. But it's scummy to sit there and say, guys, I need to pay my bills, man. Jasper Kitty needs food now. I swear there was a pre-stream where he said, or somewhere, that he said that he needs tips because Jasper ran out of food or whatever. And it's like, what? But he literally goes on saying, oh, I need support. Support fell off, this and that. Oh, I don't want to see this to be a pattern. I can't afford stuff. I can't afford this, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, I went to Ice Cream Land and got ice cream that was bad. That was $10 a serving. But then he spends like thousands and thousands into WWE Champions. Again, DSP, is it really good to say that if the WWE Champions thing was true, it's not that bad? It's not that bad? Mister, I need the tips. I need this to pay my bills. Oh, but in reality, all the bills, the trolls are saying that all the tip money is going to WWE Champions. Okay.
It's just some
And
bad.
technically, it's not illegal what he's doing, sure, because he's an independent, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But think about this. You should ask himself this. Let's say that a company is receiving money because of Resident Evil 7, right? Capcom got all this money for Resident Evil 7, and they want to invest this money back into Resident Evil 8. But instead, the guy who runs Capcom took the money and decided to spend it on a yacht. All the money that was meant to go into Resident Evil 8, he spent on a yacht. Guess what? That might be a crime. There's all this embezzlement charges that people go through that they said, what's embezzlement, Phil? What about that? This dude says it's not a crime, but if he was an actual legit business that is seen as a business, he could be seen as committing embezzlement from getting money for his job and putting it into personal use that he shouldn't be using it for. Shouldn't he be using his money he's getting on stream into the business? He's not using WWE Champions for the business. Okay.
Behaviors that we don't like, right? And
Right? And?
so if you don't like the bad behaviors you accuse me of, go away. Why do you still stalk me every day? Why are you still watching?
This dude says, give me advice. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. All this and that. And he's saying, if I'm so toxic, why are you watching? Why do you talk about me? Maybe to highlight how toxic you are. And he has not changed. This dude is acting as if like he did change and we're not letting him go. But this dude started off Street Fighter 6 this year saying, I'm gonna
Play this game and not be negative and toxic.
within a week, he went back on that and started shitting on the players, and then that went out the window completely. And then he canceled the documentary. It's ridiculous. This dude is ridiculous,
Right? Because you
right?
benefit from it because you make money on it. That's why. If there was no money, there'd be no detractor community.
No, literally, it would have happened. What 2019, 2020 or so, when all that was going on was the vest streak, and like all the other stuff that was going on was like copyright strikes and like minor things. And then suddenly he went back to YouTube. He started it really starts to feed into another Theo theory of that he's purposely doing this to get attention like this so he can get more trolls to go to his chat and give him troll tips and all this other stuff, or get some kind of attention. But it's like there's no way he's that brilliant because this dude's an idiot. This dude's too stupid for that.
I stand by that. Right now, I'll prove the point. You ready? Right now,
All
to
right.
prove the point, I dare every one of these idiots, the memologies, the duty streams, the restreamers, all of them,
Oh,
demonetize your content for a whole.
my DSP content has not made money like at all, man. Maybe a few of the DSP streams I did in the past. I got like super chats and that, and sure. But since then, I stopped doing DSP streams, and now I just do DSP videos, and those are all not monetized at all. The only monetized content you may see, which I don't even do anymore, is like my gameplay stream archives, which aren't monetized except for like the live stream itself on Twitch, you know, obviously. But the video itself is not monetized anymore. I think I monetized a few like last year, the year before, but then I stopped because it's like, who cares? And now I just put it on, and everything gets claimed anyway because of my pre-stream music, because I play actual music. So, you know,
For a whole month. Right now.
I did it for years, Phil. So I win. I win.
Quit. Be men.
I am
real
a
men.
man.
And
Yeah,
demonetize your content for a
thank
month
you,
and
Phil.
prove that you actually do it because you have a reason to do it.
I do
Because
do
you
it
feel like
for
you're
a
doing something
reason.
good, a service.
I'm doing a
instead of,
service.
we're just doing it to make money.
Yes.
I fucking dare you.
I'm doing it for
to
a service,
demonetize
guys.
your content for a month.
You're welcome.
You won't do it because you do it for money. That's why you
Oh.
make up the stuff.
No,
that
I
you
do it. I
You're
do
fucking
it.
full
I
of
do,
shit.
I do it
You
for
have
service.
No actual
I do it as a
morality.
service for you, the
have
people.
No leg to stand on. You nothing. You're wastes of life.
I give you the
Not a single
content
one. I already
for
did this
you,
before.
the people.
I did this a couple years ago too. I said the same thing. Never worked. They will never do it because the only reason that they do it was for the
No, 2 years ago he did as that challenge, and then it's like, why should we do it? And then and how would he verify this? Because he could just easily say, no one did it, man. What if someone did do it? You know, honestly, what if someone did actually do it, and since he doesn't know them, like, I'm living proof. As I said, my DSP content videos have not been monetized in years. In years. And yet he's saying no one has done it. I've done it. So where's my praise? Where's my reward? Oh, where's my reward, Phil? Come on. Let me reap my
the
reward.
dollars to begin with, right?
Right? Correct?
So
So
enough of that.
Enough of that.
Anyway, thank you everyone. I think I'm ready to adjourn. What a night. Final thing, I will say this. I started off doing this. I'll say this again. FYI, I'm one man, and you. Like I said, there was a misunderstanding earlier today.
Oh my god. I love this. It's like, oh man, if I was toxic, who cares? Then he says, well, maybe I was toxic, but this guy like misinterpreted it. Man.
Someone who I know thought that I was literally directly like attacking and insulting them on my stream earlier today. I literally wasn't. I don't even know what they're referencing or what they said, but they actually sent me a message after the fact saying, I'm really hurt at what you said to me. And I was like, I didn't say that to you. I didn't say your name. I certainly didn't time you out or anything. Like, if I was angry with someone in chat, I would address you directly and I would time you out for it.
No, he does. Whatever.
Right?
Right?
Like, for example, that idiot detractor who kept derailing and
He didn't
moving
name
the
him,
goalpost.
though. He didn't name the detractor.
He's gone.
Whatever.
So he knows who he is. But
He's
like,
gone.
I think some people, sadly, they listen to my content and they misconstrue what I'm
Again,
saying.
if this is such a constant occurrence that this has happened multiple times, maybe, just maybe, you don't need to go on a fucking tirade and go on a meltdown over people in your chat. Just a hunch. This dude says I'm not toxic, you know, but the fact that so many people misconstrue what he's saying kind of shows a problem. It's like I said about the King of Hate moniker. The fact that so many people misconstrue that name from him, and he never once thought, maybe I should change it. It's really like Tobias. Really. Where Tobias just says stuff and he never once thinks about the innuendo he says. Oh, Tobias, you try hard. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael, I blew myself. Oh, I blew myself again. You know, all this stuff. Oh, God, someone typed up spoon emojis. Uh-oh. But, come on. Come on.
I'm saying as something like, oh my God, Phil attacked. I literally didn't even say a word to this person on my stream earlier today, but they think I did. So just be careful because you have to understand at any given moment when I'm streaming, I'm talking to hundreds of people or more, but it's more of a generalized thing. If I am talking directly to someone, I'll do my best to call you out, say your name. And if you get time,
and this isn't even positive either. You're gonna highlight someone in chat to shit on them. That's a positive thing to do. This dude's like, I'm not negative, I'm not toxic. But if you're negative, I'm gonna highlight you in the stream chat, call you out. Like, dude, come on.
get timed out or whatever, you messed up. Not, I'm not always just attacking someone. And this, I feel bad because this is a person who's a nice person. And I think that they really just, they had a bad day or something, and they thought that I was attacking them. I totally didn't even say a word to them. I don't even know what they said in chat that they think I attacked them for. I have no clue. So,
No clue.
I apologize to anyone out there
clue.
whoever thinks that, like, I'm accidentally attacked or I'm attacking you directly or whatever. I guess sometimes it just happens, again, when I'm talking in generalities or whatever.
I talk in
Some
generalities.
people would misconstrue something, but, you know, I apologize.
Maybe, again, maybe don't do that. This dude got so mad over Fightcade about losing about the IP. As I said, he could just say, "Oh, my IP could be taken." Oh, okay. Oh, like that sucks. I guess I can't do it, man. Oh well, we'll do a hangout stream. No, instead he had to whine and complain about how he's such a victim and fuck you for doing this and fuck the trolls and all this other stuff and being nasty to people. DSP, that's not healthy. This dude goes on and on saying how we have manic episodes, but he goes on and these little rants on multiple times has shat on people and then says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean you. I mean the other guy." That's good. Maybe you need to have some kind of self-reflection then, dude.
I'm a flawed guy. I'm a one human. I'm trying to do
Oh,
a
he's
stream
flawed. Oh, it's okay. He's flawed, guys. Guys, what if the trolls are flawed? What if that guy he titled the stream after the live detractor roast, and what if he was just a human? He was going through a hard time. He was just, going through a hard time, man.
that talks to and entertains hundreds at a time. It could be a daunting task. Sorry if anyone ever gets the wrong idea. Okay? All right. I think that's it. Let's adjourn. Thank you all. A great night tonight. I had a good time with all of you, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Excellent.
Wow. Mods? Alright. That is it for this video. I talked enough. Let's do a vibe check on his stream today. It better be doing good. That's all I gotta say. Where's 1 Minute Man?
Yada yada yada.
Oh, we got Jordan. I saw a tweet about this game and it said, "Oh, I can't wait to play this game on my Switch." Oh man, this game looks so whatever. I mean, it just looks like it's trying to steal the whole concept of Untitled Goose Game. Let's just go to a random part of this. Oh man, I'm scared.
Again to feedback, and then they'll come back strong. So basically, after a situation where they were gone for almost a decade, they come back with Street Fighter 4. It completely injects the fighting game franchises with new vigor and vim, and everyone likes fighting games again.
What is this?
It brings them into a modern era, right?
I'm scared where this is gonna go.
And then you've got Street Fighter 5, which is literally the opposite of that, where they kind of got too full of themselves and wanted to do certain things with the game that no one really wanted. They thought they knew better than everyone else to try to make the game work online, so they had this giant input lag that really failed.
He didn't know about this delay, by the way.
Street Fighter 6, they did the opposite.
Someone had to tell him.
Listened to feedback, gave people what they wanted. You know, all the features of the game, a fully fledged, full-featured game at launch, right? So pretty good in that regard. That Capcom seems to listen and give the people what they want.
Where's Final Fight 4? I'm still waiting for that.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but those are some pretty amazing positive numbers. And what's good about this is also, okay, here's the one thing that I'll definitely say. If you haven't noticed, Capcom has really never, ever done an exclusivity deal. What does that mean? Capcom doesn't say, our game is just going to be on this console or that console. All right? I'll take that back in regards to Street Fighter 5. It was PlayStation 5 and then PC only, remember? Or excuse me, PlayStation 4 and then PC only. And look what happened.
Devil May Cry 5 is kind of
look what happened with Street Fighter 5. Ended up being
Special Edition is on PC.
The worst Street Fighter in numbered history, right? So there you go. That when they did that one time that they decided to do an exclusivity deal, it ruined everything, and then they went back to being cross-platform, and now everything's good again, right? But usually, Resident Evil, it's not exclusive, right? So that's what I mean. If their games are all cross-platform, they make good games, they listen to fan feedback.
Oh, right, I need to rewind this.
It seems like a formula.
What is this?
To try to make the game work online, so they had this.
What is this news story?
And there you go. So, okay, that's interesting. If you listen to feedback, it will. Capcom doing that's different from other companies. But let's So that's really cool.
What is
Employees more as a way of saying, you know, coming in at number 1 by a humongous margin. 157 million copies sold, Resident Evil. So
sales numbers? Man, wow, dude. What a gamer. Yeah, man, I wake up every day and the first thing I think about, how many copies did a video game sell? Oh, I gotta hurry and run to Forbes or whatever the fuck and see how much copies a game sold. I have to do that.
So Resident Evil is the biggest game Capcom has ever made. So it's funny because when you look at numbers like this, you're like, wow, so they're doing really good. Yeah, they literally are. In fact, remember the announcement that they came out with a month or two ago saying that basically they're going to pay their employees more as a way of saying, you know, thank you, right?
Yeah, what a terrible thing. How dare they pay their employees more, man? You know what I mean? Nah, you know, obviously people should be paid for their work, you know, whatever. You know what, you know my stance on that. But that's a vibe check, if anything. We just got fucking Jordan.
Back of the net, 104. So it means there must be more in the game.
Dude, this game just, man, it's gonna come and go. It's gonna get Harold Halibutted, if not forced to be. You know what? Maybe he'll force it to completion because it's a cat, and this dude is so lame.
There's a cat. I have Jasper Kizzy. Oh man.
Okay, enough of that. Remember when he used to say, "Oh, I don't want to play this game. Why would I want to do romance and judgment? I have romance in real life." He has a cat in real life. Why does he need to play a cat that has a that? Oh my God! Why does he have to play a game that has a cat? He has a real life cat, huh? Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching. What a good video. I know I hit it out of the park today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see ya next time. And remember,
Time to skedaddle on out of here!
for once, OBS did not crash, and it played the audio. I've noticed last time, so you might as well the last few videos, the video would just end abruptly. And it was because I would play a sound thing from my Stream Deck, would not go through. I tried it again, OBS crashed. I mean, luckily it was at the end of the video, so it's like, you know, I'll just upload it and maybe it'll be funny. But that's why. So, you know, next time you see a video end abruptly, that is probably what happened, okay? Sound good? Sound good to me. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.